So I do this every single day, in which I come out here into the glorious backyard by this barn, and I just scoop greyhound excrement. Yes, indeed. Bring it out. Ew, gross, ew. So what I'm thinking about today is the importance of doing the hard things. Not for the sake of destroying yourself, but just doing the hard things first. I went to an FCCLA national conference and there was a workshop and there was this guy from Africa and he actually traveled to the US and no one believed that he would ever actually make it to the United States of America, and he made it. And now he's a motivational speaker, which is pretty gnarly. Try not to give you too much of a vista because it's pretty gross. He said that it's important to pay now and play later rather than play now and pay later. Now don't not enjoy what you do in your childhood and things and try to find the balance and everything because that's important. I should probably be facing that way. Wouldn't that make more sense? You're making sure that you do the hard things for the sake of doing them for the right reason. Hard things are not always the most fun thing to do, like scooping greyhound excrement. Do the hard things because they're hard, because it challenges you. It's not good to just avoid it, because you're going to have to face it at some point, but you might as well understand it and face it now than waiting later. Another analogy, you see how it's like really nasty over here and the ground is really green? You see that green grass over there outside of this pen where the greyhounds have just torn this place up? People say like the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. The problem I have with that is you can't water what's 50 feet away from you. By doing the hard things, you actually sow the seeds of nurturing your own growth and being awesome. And oh, it has water on it. Hypothetically, you can only water what's right in front of you. You're not taking shortcuts. You're not giving yourself a rude awakening by avoiding it for the future. I gotta switch positions. And you're not being not you, if that makes any sense. Oh, why did I wear my dress shoes? That's what you're supposed to wear out here. Not supposed to wear your dress shoes from work. Just try difficult things just to show that you can do them. You have to do hard things, but you have to enjoy the hard things. If you have the right mindset and attitude, something as excruciatingly this isn't that hard, but it's kind of gross. Especially when this is all mud and it's not even, or when it's frozen and you have to ice pick the excrement out of the snow. That's kind of weird. I had a chisel. I chiseled it right here. That's how I got this freaking poop out of the ground. You wouldn't imagine that I'd be using that, but I did. I used that. There's no other way to get it out of the ice. I've seen everything from scooping it and it falling apart and you're not able to get it to completely frozen in ice and you can't even get it out of the ice. So I think I've experienced it all. You can have the right mindset and attitude. You can make a grueling activity something enjoyable if you really try to. I take a speaker in my iPod and I put my speaker in my pant pocket and I just sing music while I scoop excrement. It's the most weird combination of events I think I've ever experienced. Maybe not weirdest, but weirdest so far. I don't know. That's just me. It's the journey that counts, I think. Where am I pointing with that? Am I even in frame right here now? Another example of how I can make this hard on myself is not deciding to scoop every time the dogs come outside. So if I were to scoop every time they went outside, it would take me like a minute to scoop. But because we wait these days, it's kind of like the dishwasher. If you washed all the dishes after you had dinner, there would be less to wash. Instead of waiting for a giant yard full of excrement, similarly to a giant dishwasher or kitchen full of dirty dishes. Doing the hard things is doing the same thing every day for a long time. And that's not always easy because it just takes commitment and it takes time. Look at the dried old week version of this stuff, plus the other version. You know, it's not fun, it's gross, but this is life. There's only 2 greyhounds, mind you, but over time, look at the hard work that their hard work has accomplished. The fact that they just dump their loads everywhere in this yard. Absolutely and utterly the natural way of life. There's an art to scooping dog crap. There's an art to everything, but there's an art to knowing the correct method and precise grip and tool to scoop poop off of the grass or ice or complete pond. Believe me, you wouldn't believe it, but this backyard is a pond one day. Scooping greyhound excrement and vlogging at the same time. Has anybody else ever done this? Am I the first person to ever do this? Sure is quite gorgeous out here when you factor out the yard. Now I'm like squatting on the ground. You should like always try to do things self-sufficiently as possible before you ask for help from somebody else. You can help other people. Helping is important. Helping other people that are less fortunate, that have less opportunity. Helping people see things differently. But ultimately, we should be aiming towards self-sufficiency and not dependency, because dependency, it becomes so much of a burden. Heaving around a giant can full of excrement is not a fun thing. I'm doing the best improvising thinking that I can think of. I don't even know if this angle is right. This yard is disgusting. Or what does this look like? Does that look like a giant? Are you guys even enjoying this? I don't even know if you are. I'm enjoying this. I hope you are. Just be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching me scoop greyhound excrement and talk about doing the hard things in life. I have a lot more to go and I'm going to continue. Welcome to the new end slate. I just touched it. No. But it was hardened, so it wasn't bad. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and do something humble and full of humility, like scooping excrement if you can, or milking a cow, or cleaning your room. Bye. I edited it. I'm still out here. Oh god, I have to put this camera down. Ooh. Look at that contrast in color, and look at that grass, it's white. Put that in the video. That's really gross. Why would you ever want to see something like that?